Good afternoon. In today's morning session, we have already started the chapter mechanical energy based non-conventional processes, in which, if we are going through the syllabus, we have to study four mechanical energy based processes: abrasive jet machining, water jet machining, abrasive water jet, and ultrasonic machining, where we have to study each process with its working principle and use number of elements of that setup. For that setup, material remove rate, various parameters, those are affecting the performance of that machining process, and finally the application of each process, right? We have to study under uh, this chapter. In morning session, we have already started with the first mechanical energy based system, that is the load.
लेक्चर मध्ये कधी गेला
आता
आता आहे का लेक्चर
Sunil,
3:30 चालू झालं.
Sunil, meet yourself. In morning session, we have started with this unit number 2, mechanical energy based, where we start with the average widget machining. The introductory part, we have started with the in first part introduction about the process, what is the working principle, then we mechanism of material removal, then a schematic diagram for the abrasive jet machining, what are the elements those are using in this abrasive machining setup, that is a gas propulsion system, abrasive feeder, mixing chamber, abrasive jet machining nozzle, and different types of the abrasive used for specific application. These are the some of the abrasive that we have studied. Then type of the work material that can be machined by using abrasive jet machining. It is a brittle material or fragile material. Fragile material means delicate material, right? Can be easily machined by using the abrasive jet machining. If you are considering the ductile material, in case of a ductile material, by using the abrasive jet machining, the rate of the material removal it will be less. So, abrasive jet machining is not so effective in case of the ductile material. We can formulate different kind of the mathematical equations or mathematical models in case of this abrasive jet machining which we use to carry out different kind of the material removal process for different kind of the material. So we can easily automate such kind of the machines by using the regression analysis, by providing the mathematical equations in order to carry out the machining process, where we can consider different parameters with their levels. For example, we select three parameters like material, diameter of the nozzle, stand of distance, means distance between the nozzle and workpiece. These are the three input parameters. Now, what output parameter is required? How much material is to be removed from the workpiece. So by considering these three parameters with three different levels, level means it's a, if you are considering the distance between tip, nozzle tip and the workpiece, it may vary between it will be near about 1 mm, It may vary as a 0.4, 0.8, then 1. These are the two levels, low, medium, and high. Likewise, we can vary the different parameters in three levels, and we can get the output parameter as the end result, that is surface finish or how much material is to be removed per second. So we can uh, formulate one equation where just we have to put the parameters like material, that will be the carbide, right? Diameter of the nozzle, that will be the 0.2 mm. Distance between the nozzle tip and the surface, that is a stand of distance, it will be a 0.5 mm. Then automatically that equation, by putting this value, it will give the end result, that is how much material is to be removed per second. So in this point I have to explain, we can form one equation where just we have to put up the values of input parameter so that output parameter can be easily obtained. So this way, this method is suitable for the mathematical model purpose for different kind of the material. This is the references we can use uh, for the part just we have covered, which will include introduction, working principle, mechanism of metal removal, experimental setup, different elements, and abrasive. Right? And these are the applications. This will be for first lecture. Now, in second part, we will cover what are the process parameters that are affecting the performance of the abrasive jet machining process, where you have to carry out certain kind of the parametric analysis. Also, you have to study the effect of various parameters on the material removal rate, and you can judge the capabilities of such processes. And finally, we are focusing on application of this abrasive jet machining. Let's see one by one. If you have carried out parametric analysis of abrasive jet machining, just I explain that this will be the output what you require, and these are the input parameters. Those we have to vary, and by considering these input parameters, we are making one equation, that is a x plus y minus z plus p plus q minus r is equal to o, output. So just by putting these values, we can calculate the output. That will be called as a mathematical modeling or regression analysis. That is a part of a research PhD. Now here, parametric analysis of abrasive jet machining. In order to get this kind of the process responses means output. We may take the output in the form of machining rate, depth of the cut, and you may, in order to get such kind of surface roughness, you can get, in order to get such kind of the output, you may consider this much amount of this much number of the parameters. No need to select each and every parameter. But from this nozzle, you may choose diameter of the nozzle. Mixing chamber, you may choose bore diameter. Right? Work parameter, you may choose hardness. Abrasive, you may choose its a type, right? Or it may be size in microns. Carrier, medium, you may choose how much pressure is to be required. Process parameter, you may choose different parameters. This is very important. How much is the pressure? What will be the stand-off distance? What will be the mixing ratio? What will be the feed? That is the transverse speed. It will be called as a feed. So these parameters, they are affecting on this output parameter. Means this side, it also called as the fishbone diagram. What is it? Fishbone. मासा जर आपण त्याच्यावर हे काढला आपण काय म्हणून मटणाचा पार्ट, तर जी काय सापळा राहतो फिश बोन, अशा पद्धतीने दिसतो. ह्याला काय म्हणतात? फिश बोन किंवा कॉज इफेक्ट. These are the certain causes, input parameters. Because of this effect is to be produced. That is the output parameter. This diagram, parametric analysis. This diagram is called as a cause. This will be the effect, cause and effect diagram, or the structure is a look like as a fishbone. So it also called as a fishbone diagram. Draw this diagram. So that will be related with the parametric analysis of a abrasive jet process. Draw neatly diagram. Is clearly visible to all diagram? Audibly reply please, because in laptop there will be full screen mode. I cannot see which will be replying in text. Right? Anybody can reply? Is it visible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Take a 5 minute, draw each and every parameter those will affecting the process response. Okay, is it over? Okay. Next, effect of the nozzle tip distance on a cavity diameter. Here, typical cutting action that will be observed in case of a abrasive jet machine. This will be the nozzle, right? Convergence section, and this will be the jet, abrasive jet, right? This hatching line section portion, it will show the cavity diameter. This will be the D1, this will be the D2, this will be the D3, and this will be the D4. And this is the tip of the nozzle, and this is the upper surface, right? Here, this will be the G1. G1 is the distance between upper surface of the workpiece and the tip of the nozzle. This will be the reference line. G2 for the second workpiece. G3 upper surface of workpiece. G4 upper surface of workpiece. As we know that G1 it will be less than G2, G2 is less than G3, and G3 is less than G4. When you are observing the diameters by varying the nozzle tip distance, that is the stand of distance. If G1 is there, diameter you are obtain D1. If G2 distance, हे आता 5 we will keep it near about 1 mm, right? Now, if you are considering, it will be the 0.2 mm, it will be the 0.4 mm, it will be the 0.6 mm, it will be the 0.8 mm. Up to 1 mm, whatever the diameter, if you are observing this diagram, this is D1, it is less than D2. D2 which is less than D3, and D3 which is less than D4. Means lower, smaller diameter, that is the D1, and larger diameter, that is the D4. So we can correlate from this diagram. As you goes on increasing the nozzle tip distance or stand-up distance from G1 to G4, there will be a linear change in a diameter. Diameter also goes on increasing from D1 to D4. So baseline for this diagram, that is, as we goes on increasing the nozzle tip distance up to a certain limit, the cavity diameter also increases proportionally. So this diagram, it will show effect of the nozzle tip distance. त्याला तुम्ही stand of distance म्हणता, SOD, on a cavity diameter. Cavity म्हणजे कुठली, वर्कपीस वरलं जे काही मटेरियल रिमूव्ह होतं, तो जो काही खड्डा पडतो त्या खड्ड्याचा diameter, that is called as the cavity diameter. Draw this diagram with this heading. शिंदे सर इकडे तोपर्यंत तुमचं काम तर चालू आहे. Okay, next, this will be the same. On this diagram, it will be this, shown same effect as in previous slide, where only it will be related with the distance. Numerical values are given over here. Effect of nozzle tip distance on shape and size of the cut. Here, if the nozzle tip distance and upper surface of the first workpiece, when that distance is a 0.75 mm, then whatever the depth cut, it will be a square shape, and its a diameter, it is near about 0.5 mm. If the distance goes on increasing, 0.75, 5 mm, 10 mm, 15 mm, right? Accordingly, there will be increase in diameter of the depth of cut, right? It will be observed from this diagram. You may observe this diagram, so it will be self-explanatory. As you goes on increasing distance of depth, distance between the tip of the nozzle and upper surface of the workpiece, accordingly there will be increasing in a diameter of this cavity or diameter of the. Now abrasive flow rate. Abrasive flow rate means how much amount of abrasive it will be passing from the nozzle and striking or impinging on a surface of the workpiece. Accordingly, there will be a effect on this abrasive flow rate on material remove rate. If you are observing this diagram, x axis it will be shows abrasive flow rate, abrasive in grams per minute. This will be the unit. 5 gram per minute, 10 gram, 15 gram, 20 gram, 25 gram. And y-axis it will show the material remove rate. It will be a milligram per minute. How much milligram material it will be removed per minute? 5 milligram, 10 milligram, 15 milligram, 20 milligram, right? So in this diagram, if you are observing, you are getting a highest critical point, maximum it will be observed over here. So when maximum flow rate will be there, then we are getting a maximum material remove rate up to a maximum. As you go on increasing flow rate from 5 to 10 gram per minute, if you goes over here, you are getting the material remove rate that will be near about 16 to 17 gram per minute. If you are come at the 15, that will be the maximum, right? At 15 gram per minute flow rate, we are getting uppermost, that will be up to 19 gram per minute. That will be the material rate. Means high abrasive flow rate, it will be the obtained at a high material remove rate till maximum. म्हणजे जोपर्यंत हायेस्ट मटेरियल रिमूव्ह रेट मिळत नाही तो फ्लो रेट म्हणजे काय तुमचा हायेस्ट ॲव्हरेजिव्ह flow rate. More number of cutting particles it will be required. in case of in order to achieve the higher material removal rate. Means density of the abrasive particles in an abrasive slurry or abrasive air abrasive jet, that will be the more the number of abrasive particles, more material is to be removed from the surface of the workpiece. Ultimately, more material removal rate will be there, or higher material removal rate it will be obtained. Lower abrasive flow rate, it will affect on a lower material removal rate due to less number of cutting edges. Okay. If you are considering this abrasive flow rate, it will be lower. We show it will be a 5 gram per minute. You are getting lower material removal rate. It will be near about 10 milligram per minute. Why it happens? As the low flow rate, there will be a less number of abrasive particles in that flow rate, and as these abrasive particles are having a sharp corner or sharp edges, as less number of sharp edges are there, so ultimately it will affect the material removal rate. As we are supplying low flow rate, it will indicate as low flow rate is there, less number of abrasive particles. As less abrasive particles are there, less number of sharp corners and sharp edges, which will be a causing removal of the material from the workpiece. If flow rate is greater than the optima, velocity of the jet decreases, hence material removal rate also decreases. It is again one important point. Up to 15 maximum material removal rate it will be obtained. As we goes on increasing the flow rate, what happen? Flow rate वाढवत गेला तुम्ही पुढं, तर velocity of the jet it will be goes on decreasing. जरी mass flow rate वाढवला तरी up to 15 gram per minute इथपर्यंत velocity of the flow, velocity of the jet increase होतात. Means up to 15 gram per minute, the velocity of the abrasive jet it will be increased proportionally. As you go beyond the 15, as you go on increasing the flow rate up to 25, the velocity of the jet it will be decreases. It ultimately affect on a performance of abrasive jet machining, that will reducing the material removal rate. Means from this 15 onwards, as we go on increasing the abrasive flow rate, the material removal rate goes on decreasing. Why it is? Because beyond this limit, as we goes on increasing the flow rate, the velocity of the jet it will be goes on decreasing. As the velocity of the abrasive jet it will goes on decreasing, it ultimately reduces the material removal rate. So this diagram it will show effect of abrasive flow rate on a material removal rate. Draw this diagram neatly, write this point in short. That will be useful to explain this diagram in detail. Over? Is it over? Now, this will be the diagram. It will show the effect of the nozzle tip distance or stand of distance on a material removal rate. Now, it will be self-explanatory. See, as you goes on increasing the nozzle tip distance, material removal rate, it will be goes on increasing up to a certain point. With there will be with increase in mixing ratio. This graph, this arrow, it will be a indication of a mixing ratio. As we goes on increasing mixing ratio along with the nozzle tip distance up to a certain level, the material remove rate it will be a increases. But after some distance, that is a more than 5 mm or more than 1 mm, again there will be effect of material on material remove rate. It will goes on decreasing as we goes on increase the nozzle tip distance. Here we may put the nozzle tip distance between 0.75 to 1 mm and at this range of this nozzle tip distance we are getting maximum material remove rate. We can achieve maximum amount of removal of the material. If nozzle tip distance is lower, we get high accuracy, low curve width, corner sharp राहतील, low taper angle, there will be a angle between the edge, that is the taper angle, it will be a lower one. When there will be a nozzle tip distance, that will be a lower one. At higher mixing ratio, material remove rate is also higher. This arrow it will show the mixing ratio, higher mixing ratio. As we goes on increasing the mixing ratio, material remove rate also goes on increasing. From this slide, you come to know across as we goes on increasing nozzle tip distance along with the mixing ratio up to this point, up to a certain point, with increase in the nozzle tip distance and mixing ratio, material remove rate goes on increasing up to this point. And at this point, it will be a maximum one. Beyond that point, as we goes on increasing nozzle tip distance, the material remove rate goes on decreasing. This is all about the effect of nozzle tip distance on a material remove rate in case of a average jet machining. And maximum material remove rate it will be obtained for the nozzle tip up to a distance 1 mm, right? And as we goes on increasing the mixing ratio of abrasive with air, definitely the material remove rate also goes on increasing with the increase in the amount of the abrasive in a mixture of air. Draw this diagram and mark these points, right? we are considering the another parameter, that is the nozzle pressure. As we go on applying the nozzle pressure in a megapascal, it also affects the material remove rate in a mm³ per second. This is the critical pressure where you are getting the less nozzle pressure. As we go on increasing the pressure along with the mixing ratio, there will be a increase in a material remove rate up to a certain level. Overall, if you are observing this figure, there will be a less effect of the nozzle pressure on a material remove rate. Whatever the material is to be removed from the workpiece, it is because of the kinetic energy of the abrasive particles. Those are striking on the surface of the workpiece, and material is to be removed because of the action of erosion. Certain maximum velocity will be there for a given material of particular workpiece. We can get the maximum, we can have certain maximum velocity. At that velocity, we are getting more amount of the material removed. If you are machining the glass at 150 meter per second using silicon carbide, 25 micron abrasive particle size, then you are getting more amount of the material removed. This is the one of the examples they have given. That is a mix while machining the gas at 150 meter per second using silicon. SiC means silicon carbide. We require the abrasive particle of 25 micron size. This is the diagram. It will show the effect of nozzle pressure on material remove rate. What is the baseline? Definitely, we go on increasing the nozzle pressure along with the increasing the mixing ratio. Material remove rate, it goes on increasing. After a certain value of the velocity, when that will be reached, after that value, it will affect or it will reduce the material remove rate. But when you are considering overall effect of nozzle pressure on material remove rate, it will be less. Draw this diagram. Okay, might be this will be the over. We will move forward. Another parameter that affect the material remove rate, that is the mixing ratio. What is the mixing ratio? Mixing ratio is the ratio of volume flow rate of the abrasive to the volume flow rate of the carrier gas. Carrier gas म्हणजे काय? Air किंवा inert gas घेतला तर nitrogen. That will be that ratio is called as a mixing ratio. And what is the mass ratio? Mass ratio is nothing but the the ratio of mass flow rate of the abrasive to the mass flow rate of the abrasive plus mass flow rate of the carrier gas, right? These are the two formulas, mixing ratio and mass ratio. These are having the effect on material removal. Similar, as we goes on increasing the mixing ratio, the material removal rate, it will be goes on increasing linearly up to this critical or highest value of the mixing ratio. After that value, when we are going beyond this value, the material removal rate, it will goes on decreasing. Hello? Yes? Anybody have query? Hello? Draw the diagram and write the description. Okay, next. Process capability of the abrasive jet machine. How we can identify this abrasive jet machine? What are the highlighting points of this abrasive jet machine? That will be focused in this slide. In case of the abrasive jet machining, the material remove rate, it will be less or lower as compared to the other non-conventional machining process. Intricate details can be produced, means complicated shapes can be easily produced by using the abrasive jet machine. The narrow slots, which may vary in between 0.12 mm to 0.25 mm, can be easily made by using the abrasive jet machine. Whatever the tolerance obtained by using the abrasive jet machining, it will be a lower one. It will ranging from minus 0.12 to plus 0.12 mm. That much lower tolerance it will be obtained by using abrasive jet machining. Minimization of taper angle of the nozzle with respect to workpiece can be achieved by using abrasive jet machining. Means taper angle we can minimize in case of abrasive jet machining. Thin section, brittle material, inaccessible area can be easily machined by using abrasive jet machining. Almost there will be a less surface damage or almost no surface damage can be obtained by using abrasive jet machining. These are the certain silent points or highlighting points, or it may be called as the process capabilities of abrasive jet machining. Just read it. Next, what are the applications? Last point. What are the applications of the abrasive jet machine? Manufacturing of electrical devices like IC, which will using some delicate parts, where we will use this AJW process. Deburring of plastic, nylon, Teflon parts can be carried out by using abrasive jet machine. Deep flashing of small casting, drilling glass wafers, cutting, marking, engraving thin sections can be carried out by using abrasive jet machine. Similarly, glass frosting, it will be also carried out by using abrasive jet machine. These are the certain applications of abrasive jet machining in day-to-day life as well as in certain industrial scenarios. Write down these applications of the abrasive jet machining. Electrical industry, deburring, plastic, nylon, Teflon, deflashing of small casting, cutting, making, engraving of thin sections, and glass frosting. This will be the table. It will give the idea related to the which are the different kind of the abrasive we may use in case of abrasive jet machining. What will be the grain size for each abrasive particle, and what is the specific application for which a specific abrasive material is to be used. If you are considering first serial number first, we are using aluminum oxide as an abrasive particle, and its grain size it will vary between 10 microns, 20 microns, 50 microns, and the operation which for which this aluminum oxide as an abrasive is to be used, that is the cutting and grooving. Likewise, these are the five materials. Second table, it will be used for nozzle, which will be the material for the nozzle, what will be the diameter range in case of a round hole for rectangular cut, what will be the specification, and how much is the durability of that nozzle, that is the life of the nozzle in hours. If you are considering material, keep in mind WC means tungsten carbide, and another material name for the nozzle, that is a sapphire. Tungsten carbide and sapphire, these are the two materials especially used for the manufacturing of the nozzle. If you are considering tungsten carbide, hole size it will be a 0.2 to 1 mm, rectangular cut size it will be this, and the maximum life of this nozzle, which is made up from tungsten carbide, that is a 12 to 30 hours. But in general, popularly used material for the nozzle, that is a sapphire, and its life it is a 300 hours, near about 300 hours. Write down this table, contents of the table within a short period. It will this slide it will be shows application and types of the nozzle, and second table, that is the material of the nozzle we are using. different type of the abrasive, that is aluminum oxide, silicon carbide, sodium bicarbonate, domolite, and glass base. And the material for the nozzle, that is tungsten carbide and sapphire. So in this way, this first point of second chapter, that is the abrasive jet machining, we have covered in today's two lectures, one from the morning session and second one that this current lecture, where we have covered what is the abrasive jet machining, its introduction, what are the different equipments used, what are the elements for the setup, what is the material removal mechanism, what are the different parameters or parametric analysis, effect of parameter on the output, effect of parameter, individual parameter on the material remove rate, what is the abrasive, what are the different types, size and specific application of the abrasive. Then we see last, that is the application of a abrasive jet machining process in detail. Right? So that this will be the sufficient for today's lecture. If anybody have any query, then feel free to ask me. If you are considering in abrasive jet machining, which of the following materials are used as the abrasive grains? Abrasive particle कुठले कुठले मटेरियलचे असतात? Aluminum oxide आहे, silicon carbide आहे, glass bed. Means what is the answer for this? In abrasive jet machining, workpiece material of a removed by one of the following means. What is the main working principle for abrasive jet machining? Vaporization, electroplating, mechanical, abrasion, and corrosion. As this will be the mechanical energy based process, its answer is the mechanical abrasion. Here all of the mentioned. Which type of the material can be machined using abrasive jet machining? Glass, it will be brittle. Ceramic, it will be hard and brittle, and all kind of the hard metal. So its answer is the all of the mentioned. In machining system of abrasive jet machining, which is the medium of carrying the abrasive grains for the machining, we may use any kind of the fluid or gas type. In case of abrasive jet machining, you can use the gases, not liquid. Fluid, it is a combined term for gas and liquid. So its answer is the gases. Likewise, we have to solve the quiz. In machining system of AJM, what is the gas used for carrying the abrasive? You may use air. What is the pressure of gas that is to be supplied for the carrying the abrasive? Its answer is the 2 to 8 kg per centimeter square. Which of the following gas should never be used as carrier for the abrasive? This answer, oxygen. In abrasive jet machining, what may be the size of the abrasive grain size? It may vary between 10 to 40 microns. This will be the some of the MCQ that we have discussed in this lecture. So anyone have any query regarding this first type of the mechanical energy based non-conventional machining, that is the abrasive jet machining? Please reply. Yes, Yogesh, have you any query? Sunil?
No, sir.
Okay. Then everyone write their roll number in chat box. Okay, we will stop over here.